Hi guys, welcome to another vlog. So in today's vlog, I'm going to discuss how you should go about selecting a GMAT coach or a GMAT coaching center. And I'm not by any means recommending that you opt for GMAT coaching or GMAT tutoring. I am always in favor of self-preparation. That's what I would myself do. But you know yourself best. So let's say you've come to the conclusion that it would be best if you opt for a GMAT coach or somebody to guide you. Then how should you go about selecting one? Let me start by saying what you should not do. You should not have a brand fixation. Because, for example, you should not think that I'll go with this particular brand because the brand will not be teaching you. Let's say Aristotle. Maybe you've gone through our books, you love our books. So you decide I'll take classes or tutoring from Aristotle Prep. But Aristotle Prep will not be tutoring you, right? An instructor will be tutoring you, who will be working for Aristotle, but every instructor is a different entity, a different individual. And some may be very good, some may not be that good. Some may be very good, but may not be the right fit for you. The fit is not only for B school, the fit is everywhere. The fit is also in terms of, your instructor and mentor fit. So don't just go by the brand. A bigger brand can help in two ways. The first is, it's a bigger brand, so it has more money, so it can pay a better salary to its instructor. And normal demand-supply economics suggests that the best instructors would end up at these places. But there's no guarantee that all the instructors at these places will be equally good. The other advantage with the bigger brand is, since they have a bigger reputation, they have more to lose. So they would do a lot of internal checks and vetting to make sure that they don't hire lousy faculty. So those advantages are there with a bigger brand, but you should do better than that. What you should do is get an idea as to who would be teaching you. So visit the coaching center, or if it's an online class you're opting for, discuss with the representatives online as to who your tutors will be. And then get down to specifics, the names, the background, teaching experience, GMAT score. Before you put your money down, you want to know all this. What you definitely want to do is attend a trial class. Some teachers have a halo around them. They're very famous, very popular. So you would think it's an honor to have the person teach you. But for all you know, you may absolutely hate his or her teaching style. Because different people have different teaching styles. And the only way to get an idea or get a feel of the same is to attend a trial class. So make sure you attend a full trial class where you are sitting with other students. Not just you, because then the teacher will be at his or her charming best to impress you. But attend a normal regular class and see how you find the teacher's teaching style. That's an absolute must. What you ideally also want to do is get the opportunity to interact with the teacher one-on-one before you enroll. Because that will give you an idea of where the teacher is coming from. The teacher will get an idea of your background. You can discuss any particular issues that you're facing. You can also use that discussion to gauge how knowledgeable the teacher is. Not that you yourself will be very knowledgeable, but assuming that you will be a reasonably mature person with some amount of work experience under your belt, you should be able to make out when a person is speaking the right thing and when a person is simply faffing. A one-on-one interaction will also give you a better feel of the teacher's personality. Even if it's an online class, you can have a quick chat over Skype or something. So I just think it will be a good idea, and most tutoring services should actually encourage this, because it all boils down to the teacher. You could be enrolling with the biggest brand out there, but if the teacher is lousy, you will have a lousy experience. So don't compromise on these things. Make sure you know who your teacher will be and you widely interacted with your teacher before you decide to enroll for a course. Don't also get swayed by the testimonials that you see at different tutoring centers. You will see 760s, 780s, 770s, people singing pains of the faculty and the teaching approach. That is absolutely expected, right? So take them with a pinch of salt. You don't know how many of them are true, how many of them are false. You're not going to be verifying everything. Because see, the only relevant stat, if you ask me, would be how many students have you taught and what percentage got a 700 or more. And that stat nobody will give you. Because for almost every tutoring center, including me, that would be somewhere around the average. Not all my students would get a 770, 780. And that is the point I keep making every now and then, that Don't blindly rely on a tutor. There's no magic that a tutor can do. One thing I would like to mention, since I said that you should interact with the faculty to get a feel of, how conversant the faculty is with the GMAT. Because they will all say they've taken the GMAT. I mean, it will be embarrassing for you to ask them to furnish their score report. If they do it voluntarily, fine. Otherwise, it gets a little embarrassing for you to ask for it. So there is one way in which you can actually get a feel of whether they've actually taken the GMAT or whether they have some experience with the GMAT, and that is, ask them how they plan to use the OG as part of the teaching process, and also the GMAT prep. Because I've seen a lot of instructors, particularly in India, who will not stress too much on the OG and on these tests. They will stress more on their own teaching material. Whereas anybody who knows the GMAT will always talk about the OG first and their material later. Like if you ask me, I always say practice from the official guide first, then practice from my books. Use my books to learn theory, but when it comes to practice questions, do the OG first, then come to my books. So any good instructor will always put the OG above everything else and the GMAT prep above every other practice test. Talking about practice tests, I've also seen a lot of tutoring centers tell you that they'll give you 20 tests and 30 tests. I mean, that will be absolute garbage tests. It's very, very difficult to make 20 or 30 computer adaptive tests that are an accurate representation of the GMAT. Forget about the scoring methodology, I'm talking about the question type and the nature of question. So anybody who promises 20 and 30 tests is simply out there for your money. Stay away from these people. All I'm saying is that a brand will not be teaching you, a teacher will be teaching you. So before you enroll for any coaching or tutoring, make sure you've interacted with the faculty, make sure you're getting good vibes from the faculty, that you feel you will be able to learn from that person, the person appears knowledgeable enough. Don't let all the marketing that a lot of tutoring and coaching centers use these days sway you or take you for a ride. I mean, discount, all of that. I have a simple policy. The more somebody tries to sell something, the more wary I get. Because ideally, if you have a good product, you shouldn't be trying overly hard to sell it. A little bit of marketing is always a good idea, but not overly. But it shouldn't be overdone. So I hope the information in this vlog will help you find a right tutor or a good coaching center. If you have any further questions, feel free to mail me. My email ID is below in the description. And I shall see you guys tomorrow in a different vlog. Have a nice day.